Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora.
Good morning, Aurora.
All right. The time is 8:03 a.m. and you are listening to another episode of
Jenettesplaining.
Jenettesplaining. Yes, that is right. It's Friday, April 2nd, 2021. And
It is Good Friday.
It is Good Friday.
For all of those Christians and so on in the house.
That's right.
It's the middle of Passover for our Jewish audience.
That's right. And we also got BTP in the house. Hi, BTP.
How's it going?
It's going good, my brother. Going good. So, yeah, we've got a lot of things to talk about. First things first, though. How was the week for you guys? How was the week for you, Jeanette?
Oh, it was awful. It was actually we had a death in the family, so yeah, we're going through that right now. It was one of those things that was sort of a while coming, and so when it finally happens, you're like a little more ready for it, and it's sort of like, okay, now that chapter is closed and we can sort of move on.
Right.
But yeah, still a bummer.
Sorry to hear that.
Yes, thank you.
Brent, how was your week?
It was good. Obviously, helping out with you here.
Right.
Yeah, a good weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen you every day. Shit.
Yeah. Get tired of me eventually.
No, we are squad. I had a pretty good week as well, you guys. It was productive. Had a lot of cool stuff happened. Got to make a speech. That was weird.
Got to make a speech?
Yeah, it was weird.
Fancy.
Holy cow. It was very difficult for me to do.
I have to say, life is so much easier when you're just talking behind a microphone.
It is.
And nobody is looking at you.
Yeah. People are like, can we ask him questions?
Yeah.
Like, no.
And you don't have to worry about, like, am I slouching right now?
Right.
Let me tell you guys, I am in fact slouching right now.
Yeah, you never have both feet on the ground.
No,
ever.
I never do. I never sit like a normal human being. I'm always like, oh crap. Even in meetings at work and stuff.
Get comfy. Yeah, you got to be comfortable though.
I'm comfy. Yeah, it's a problem when I wear dresses. That's more
I can
challenging.
imagine. So now we have we got a bunch of things to talk about. We've got news, we've got updates, we've got a first Friday schedule of events to rattle off to you. Yes, we do. But we want to take a little bit of time first of all to
talk about last week
and issue an apology. To some folks on the show. Last week, if you tuned in, remember, we gave an ultimately erroneous rendition of events.
It was a very broad strokes accounting of the King's story.
Right.
The family that was at the center of a huge nationwide controversy that happened here in Aurora and ultimately led to the end of Prohibition.
Right. Now, the full history of this is best told by the family members.
Because it is a fascinating account.
It is. It really is.
I'd love to hear it. Yeah.
So the best version of events of this is this story are told by the family members, and I would encourage anyone who is interested in listening and hearing that story to go to the Aurora Then and Now page. There's history on that, and it's detailed by I'll just say a Catherine. No need to give last names, but there's a Catherine, I think, and also a Lillian or someone. But there is a Catherine, Mr. King Johnson. That's the best place to go to for information about the story. And we wanted to apologize because although there was laughter,
we got a little giggly. I get a little giggly when I talk about the absurdity of Prohibition.
We did, but it's never our intention to make fun of anyone or their family history. So we apologize to the King family.
Yes.
And Catherine.
Yes. And do go check it out. It's, like I said, it's a really fascinating story. And I know I get a little worked up about it. So about that, when I'm getting into storytelling. I would love for people to go check that out and hear the full story in greater detail than I could ever provide.
Yes, please.
For sure.
Please check out the actual full story as best told by members of that family.
Yeah.
The time is 8:08 a.m. You're listening to Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast, and we are here for another episode of Jenettesplaining.
Hi. So today
Oh
we're gonna talk. We're going to talk about It's COVID vaccines. We're going to talk more about COVID vaccines because Easter is this weekend. Y'all are going to be getting together probably with your families, right? Even if there is a mixture of folks who are vaccinated and not vaccinated among the bunch. And that's certainly going to be a slightly safer prospect now than it was when y'all got together for Thanksgiving and just started spreading your germs all over the place. Right. All over that turkey. Yeah.
Germ-basted turkey.
Just right there with the, are you a deep fryer? Do you deep fry the turkey? What do you do with the turkey?
You know, I'm old school. I don't have a deep fryer, but I like my turkey baked. I take the time to do it. Deep fried turkey's good. It's you know, I'll eat it. Whoever cooking.
Dangerous.
No, it does. There have been people have died.
Yeah.
Trying to deep fry turkeys. I think that's an awful way to be knocking at the pearly gates. But
yeah, for both you and the turkey.
Right.
So Easter, safer holiday food-wise. You know, load up on asparagus. I'm a vegetarian, so, you know, it's all... I skipped the lamb with the stuff.
Wait a minute.
Did you not know I was vegetarian?
No, I knew you were a vegetarian, and that kind of just triggered me.
What do I eat at Easter?
You're so poignant about turkey, but you don't even eat it.
I just like, if you're going to kill an animal and eat it, make it worth it. You know what I mean? Like, make it good. We have this argument.
What do you think about this?
I think... I'm wondering how we went from vaccines to turkeys so quickly.
Because holidays.
This is how the shit happens. Like this is how it happens. All right.
We can circle back to the vaccines.
We'll come back to that.
All right.
Quick good mornings. Good morning to Victoria Hyla Maldonado. Good morning, Francis Rodriguez. And Ben, yes, you are listening to GAMS, the Great American Morning Show.
The Great Aurora Morning Show.
Very true.
It works both ways.
Adi Rubio, good morning to you as well. And a personal good morning and shout out to a dear friend, Josue Paez, DJ Venom, and Arts Beat Culture. Good morning.
He's doing stuff tonight, yeah? At the First Fridays? Is he doing things at the First Fridays? There's DJs all over at First Fridays this year.
DJ Boogie.
Yeah, I know.
Pump that. Okay.
Yet again, another music reference I don't get.
Yeah, let me stop.
All right,
let's get to news. Let's get to the news.
We're doing the vaccines. We're going to talk about vaccines.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you're going to be home. You're going to be seeing mom and dad or whomever for Easter, presumably, maybe at some point. And so we wanted to talk today about how to convince your parents or family members or loved ones or liked but not particularly your favorite ones, whomever in your family or household, to get their COVID vaccines already. So vaccine hesitancy. So the rate of people who are like, I don't know about this thing, that's dropping, which is great. So in January of this year, about 40% of Americans, like half of Americans, already had a first shot or wanted one as soon as possible. And about a third of Americans were like, I'm just going to wait and see. This thing came out really fast. It makes me a little nervous. I don't really want to go get that shot. By March, so like by the end of last month, the number of people who had one or wanted one was up to about 62%. And fence sitters were only about 17. So this is good. This means that overall the course of things is moving in such a direction that people are starting to trust the vaccines more, to know that they're safe and that it reduces their likelihood of death down to like almost zero. This is great. But we need everybody on board to get their vaccines. Like, everybody's got to do this thing for this thing to go away. So scientists are kind of guessing right now at what it takes to achieve herd immunity. Herd immunity is when we have enough of the population vaccinated or immune that the vaccine or that the virus itself just kind of fizzles out because it runs out of people to infect.
Right.
So that number changes depending on the disease, and we don't really know yet what that figure is, like what percentage of the population needs to be vaccinated in order for that number, or in order for the virus to fizzle out. So like for measles, you have to have like 95% of a population vaccinated in order for measles to stop circulating in a population. For polio, it's about 80%. So we don't know yet, because the coronavirus that we're dealing with right now is so new, what that number is. But we do have a big problem if people sit on the fence for too long. The variants keep moving around. It becomes more infectious. It learns how to fight these vaccines. So the fastest, the faster we can get shots in arms, the better our chances of heading this thing off. And that's on the small scale, like in our own homes. And that's also on the big global scale, like somebody has to really convince Brazil that they need to get vaccines. Because that whole country's on fire right now.
Right.
So we have some strategies, some very concrete science-based strategies. And now I'm not talking about the science of viruses. I'm talking about the science of psychology. Like, how do you make the most convincing arguments for people who are a little bit on the fence or a little bit just hesitant? We're not talking like the folks who believe that George Soros is going to monitor their every movement with Bill Gates with the microchips in their arms because they just don't, and then they'll get autism and then die.
Yeah, besides the fact of how they're not explaining how microchips get into liquid.
I've had this weird beeping in my arm though ever since, and I can't get. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Jeanette's Terminator. Oh shit.
Somebody's got to.
Come with me if you want to live.
That's right. So, look, a reference I got. But there are some science-backed ways that you can convince your friends or family members who are just like, I don't know about this, to actually go through with it and get their vaccine.
Right.
Do you want to role play with me? Do you
I
want
do.
to be the hesitant person?
Hell yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Damn, our viewers just went up. Role play this early in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, they tuning in.
That's right. So,
all right.
So the first thing, before we get into the role playing, the first thing that you can do that is like the most effective way of getting someone to get their vaccine is to make the appointment with them,
right.
or for them. And because if you just make the appointment and you're like, oh, hey, mom, like your appointment's at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, like just you go
she
here.
Might flick out.
If you make it for them, like, mom, I made you an appointment. It's 10 a.m. on Tuesday. Here's your paperwork. Just go to this place at this time,
right?
You increase the likelihood that they will go, rather than just telling them, did you make an appointment yet? Did you make an appointment yet? Because your mom, she doesn't like the internet, or all she uses it for is to share awkward memes on Facebook, right? And yeah, I see
your boy with the eagle and shit.
Yeah, you got your mom and my mom are they similar? My mom's always the if you care about this thing, share if you don't, or whatever, like those kinds of things.
We need 10 likes to save children in Somalia.
Right,
like,
these kinds of things.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And
so who am I playing in this?
So you're gonna play my vaccine hesitant friend.
Okay, cool.
Or do you want to be my mom? Because that would be.
I don't want to be mom. I'll be the vaccine hesitant friend.
Okay, you'll just so the first thing I can do is not just make an appointment for them, but if I don't have mine yet, I can make an appointment with them. So I can be like, hey, I'm gonna make some appointments. Do you want me to book 2 slots for you? You know what? I'll just do it. I'm booking us 2 slots. We'll go hang out. We'll go get smoothies afterwards. You want smoothies?
Word up.
Yeah? All right. Okay. Yeah, see? It's very easy. Because, like, especially if you're talking about with your mom wants to see you. Like, she'll do anything to see you. She'll pay for dinner. If your mom's like my mom's like, you want dinner and you want to go shopping? Like, let's hang out. I love you. I'm like...
That was a skit?
Well, we're gonna do more.
That was awful. Okay, here, I'll fix it. Okay. You're the hesitant person, you know about it, but you feel like,
George
Soros. No, not that. Just like it came out too fast. Yeah. You're not like big on the conspiracy, but you're not sure if you want to get it.
Right, exactly.
You guys are in the coffee shop together.
We're setting the scene.
Yeah. No, this is how I'm setting it up.
Okay.
All right. So you just mentioned say you just got your second vaccine, and then you respond, say, hey, did you get yours yet?
All right.
That's right.
Let's go.
So, okay. Hey, I just got my second vaccine. Like, I felt like crap for like a day, but like, it's all good now. And now I can go do stuff. Do you have your appointment yet? When's your appointment?
I've been seeing some things on the news, and I'm kind of worried because the vaccines came out kind of fast. And, even though I'm not a conspiracy theorist, my dear friend, I am kind of hesitant, and I'm kind of worried about it.
Yeah, like, I get that. That makes a lot of sense. It did seem to come out, like, super fast. So, like, one of the reasons that it came out so fast is because they built these new vaccines, like the mRNA vaccines, these fancy ones or whatever, on technology they built already, like back when SARS, you remember SARS, like from forever ago, like it was.
If we're having this conversation in a coffee shop, this is really awkward. I remember SARS though.
Yeah, you remember SARS though. Whatever, I'm all about the awkward conversations. Or the Easter dinner table.
I love them.
But, like, you remember SARS, right?
I do.
Yeah, okay. So, like, they started building these vaccines, these mRNA vaccines for that, which was also a coronavirus. So they've been actually building on this technology for, like, a decade. Oh. It's just that when they do these vaccines, they just have to change just a tiny little protein, and then they can adapt it to new stuff. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah, right? So, like, but, like, I totally understand being like, yeah, it totally came out really fast, but it seems like it came out really fast, but it didn't really come out that fast.
Right.
They just changed it up a little really fast. So, like, all right, so this points to one of these other points that I want to make about scientifically how you can approach one of these conversations is that expressing empathy. So, like, there's a science piece here because I'm talking to someone who is not anti-science. I'm talking to someone who is not, like, there's microchips in my shots or whatever.
Right.
I'm talking to someone who believes in science but is just like, I don't know about that. And the first thing that you need to do whenever you're having one of these conversations is empathy, right? Like, yeah, I totally get why you'd be a little freaked out by that. It did sound like it came out really fast. I was a little freaked out about it too. And, I was a little freaked out about it too. I was like, the day before, I was like texting my friend who works in vaccines, and I'm like, are you sure about this?
Right.
So strategies: making someone an appointment.
Okay.
Empathy over science, right? Like, use the science, but use the empathy. One other thing you can do. So now we're gonna role play, and you're gonna be my cousin who's hesitant at / a little bit lazy at Easter, right? So we're at Easter, and you're gonna be like, yeah.
We at the crib?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're home.
Okay.
Yes, the crib.
I like how you. Right, for those who didn't know what the crib was. What the hell is he talking
Translating.
about? Yeah, right.
From cool people to how Jeanette talks. So
the time is 8:22 a.m. and you're listening to Good Morning Aurora, the show that we translate slang.
That's right. All right. So, cousin, man, did you got your vaccine yet? Like, when's your appointment date?
No, I don't have. No, I don't, man. Me and Karen having problems and shit. So no, I don't.
Oh man, dude, you gotta get on it, right? Like,
yeah.
Don't, like,
I made an appointment, but I'm just kind of lazy about it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna send you a text, and then I'm gonna send you another text, and then I'm gonna send you another text, and you're gonna get so annoyed by me that you're just gonna have to go. I'm going to keep sending you texts.
Okay.
All the texts. And I'll call you. And I'll call you afterwards. And then I'll call you while you're waiting after you get your vaccine and you're sitting there waiting to get released by the nurse, right? Because you got to wait like 15 minutes afterwards. I'm just going to keep calling you.
This is Easter dinner, so pass the cranberry sauce.
Okay. Cranberry sauce. You eat cranberry sauce at Easter? It's not the weird lime jelly stuff?
No.
Right.
And scene.
So one of the other
Cue music.
one of the other strategies you can employ is just nagging the heck out of somebody.
Right.
And yeah, you'll be obnoxious, but like, you know how your dad always nags you about changing the oil or whatever, and like, yeah, it's really annoying, but yeah, you probably wouldn't do it unless he did. That strategy is actually scientifically based, very effective. So one of the other strategies that you can employ is FOMO, so the fear of missing out. So those folks that you were seeing all over your Insta and your Facebook and the other things that I
Posting the whole card and all
that. Okay, so don't post your card with like your name and your birthday.
Got your
and all
whole
of that
information.
stuff, right? Don't post all that. But like, so maybe cover that up with your hand and like post your picture of like you getting your vaccine card.
They out there,
right?
especially if it's public.
Yeah.
Right. I posted mine, but only friends can see it.
Right.
And friends pretty much know everything.
They do know your name.
Right.
Yes, it is. It just says BTP on the card.
Right. Just BTP. Yeah.
The other thing you can do is post all the photos of the fun things that you can do now that you have your 2 vaccines and you're fully vaccinated. So look at me eating this food at this restaurant. Look at me hugging this person I love. Like all those things that the CDC says are safe to do, you can now do that, and then you post that on social media, and that too actually really does help just plant the seed in people's brains, like, oh, I want this thing to be over, okay, I guess I'll go get my vaccine. And then the other thing you can do to try and convince your friends and family and loved ones is to think about who they trust, right? Mm-hmm. So like your parents don't trust you because at one point they wiped your butt, like when you were a kid, right? Like when you were a baby, they were taking care of you. And so they don't really trust you to make medical decisions for them because they're the ones used to making medical decisions for you, right? But who do they trust? They trust their doctors scientifically. When they do polls, they're like, who do you trust the most to help you make a medical decision? Mm-hmm. And the number one person is their doctor. So if their doctor is like a normal like doctor who is going to be like, yes, go get a vaccine. Are you kidding me? That's dumb. Like, encourage them to go see their doctor or to ask questions about it to their doctor. That helps. If they are listening to pastors, right, or you preach or something like that, like hopefully your pastor is like having the conversations that are saying like go get a vaccine, and instilling trust in the community. That's a really big thing. Just think about who they're listening to. If the person they're listening to is Donald Trump, like, remind them that he got his vaccine back in January, right? So this is one of those things, like, we're not going to get into the national politics scene, right? Not going to have that whole conversation, but like, just know that even your cousin who is at the dinner table, who really, like, you just cannot stand to talk politics with this person because you will kill them, and you keep the peace by just being like, so how are the kids? Even if you kind of like,
Jaden.
Don't care. Yeah, how's Jaden doing?
My wife took the kids.
So even those people who really annoy you on the opposite side of the political spectrum, everybody has to get this thing if we're all going to be safe. So don't.
I hear your cousin Jimmy. The election was stolen. How's the vaccine though?
Did you get your vaccine? Yeah. Exactly. So there you go. There are strategy proven ways to convince your family members. So if you are the introverted type, just post a little picture on Facebook. If you're willing to be the person who nags, nag. It does help. Make the appointment with your mom. The time is 8:27 a.m. and you are listening to Jenettesplaining. It's Friday the 2nd. It's April, you guys. Quick good mornings and shout outs. Josue, thank you very much for the condolences for Jeanette
who lost a family member.
Oh, thank you.
Good morning to Ray. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you very much. And good morning to Addie Rubio, good friend of ours of the Alive Teen Center.
Huh.
Very cool.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So on the vaccine front, where can we sign up for these vaccines? If you can.
Oh, was that a question? No.
It was a rhetorical question.
Oh, sure.
You can answer it,
no,
though.
Keep going.
Canevax.com to sign up.
.org.
.org?
I posted it in the chat.
It is posted. Thank you, BTP. So,
BTP
yes,
coming through.
Brent, the producer,
we almost sent y'all to a GoDaddy
things.
site that went nowhere.
Oh no! So click the link to sign up, and now yes, it would redirect. So a lot of the sites are now opening up to be state-run sites, which is great because what that means is now you won't get turned away for living in the wrong county. That's not everywhere, but the new Carson's or the Carson's site is now a state-run site, which is great.
Yep, State of Illinois run site. That's 970 Lake Street.
So you don't have to, you do need an appointment, obviously. There's only 270 appointments a day at that location because it's a little bit smaller and they got to have places to like sit people down and watch them. But you don't need to be like an Aurora resident or a King County resident or anything like that. And you can sign up at the Canevax site for that regardless of residency. So the other place you can actually go to get a vaccine right now is Indiana. Isn't that weird? So Indiana announced this week that they are opening up to literally everyone. So if you're 16 and older, I mean, I'm not saying like anyone needs to like go to Indiana because there are lots of spots here, or there will be as people, start filtering through and vaccines become more and more available.
Right.
But they did get rid of all of the residency requirements. So if you are in Indiana for some reason and nearby, or you commute or something, I don't know, you can now go get a vaccine in Indiana.
There's more than corn in Indiana.
There's not.
Where's that
from?
from?
There's vaccines.
Where's that from?
Oh.
Where's that cultural reference? Who knows that one?
Wait, I do. It was a water park, right?
It wasn't just what water park?
I don't know.
Don't say it, BTP.
I don't know.
You don't even know it.
No. Is that going to be our trivia question for if you can answer it when you've run into us today? You'll get swag or something at First Fridays.
Yeah. Let's give it a little bit more. Yeah. There's more than corn in Indiana. Where's that from? Let them marinate with that for the moment.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
So my point in bringing up Indiana is that very soon vaccine supply will start outstripping demand and it will become a lot easier to get these things. And I really hope that all of our local agencies start opening up residency restrictions and all of these things as soon as possible, because at this point just anyone who can get a shot needs to get a shot.
Right. Yep, very much so. Yep. Oh, Ben, good man.
Oh, you got it?
Good man. Yes, he did.
What's the answer?
Indiana Beach.
Indiana Beach?
Mm-hmm.
Was that, but it was like a water park, right? Right? It wasn't just like, oh my goodness.
The time is 8:31 a.m. and you are listening to Jenettesplaining.
Just do the news.
Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast.
Just do the news.
All right. So here's some quick news for you guys. One of the things that I want to tell you about that's very important is that our friends of Waubonsee Community College are still hiring and having the virtual career fair event via Handshake, which is not actually shaking hands. It's an online app.
Cause the COVID.
Exactly. So it's Waubonsee Community College in partnership with IDES, the Illinois Department of Employment Security. That's going to be April 9th. Okay, and it's going to be from 9 a.m. to noon. So please check that out. We've shared that a million times for you guys. So make sure that you take part in that.
So go get a job.
Yep.
If you don't have one.
Also, Wednesday, April 7th from 5 to 6:30 p.m., Improving Procurement Policies and Practices, a disparity study virtual meeting. We posted this yesterday for you guys on our Facebook and our Instagram. This is brought to us by Griffin and Strong PC and the City of Aurora, hosting this virtual informational meeting. To discuss the launch of the 2021 Disparity Study. The online session will be an opportunity for the City of Aurora businesses to ask questions, learn more about the study, and discuss how they can participate. This is about policies and practices with regard to minority and women-owned businesses.
Yeah.
RSVP at the link that I posted. Is right there on our Facebook page. You can scroll down and boop.
Yeah, so the city of Aurora does, or at least has historically had a procurement system that tries to source, consciously attempts to source from women and minority-owned businesses. So, but procurement is a tricky wicket, man. There are all kinds of rules.
Tricky wicket.
A tricky wicket.
That's a band name.
It's
That's our band.
It's a
Tricky Wicket.
It's a croquet reference.
Okay. Everybody laughing at me, but that's cool.
I'm laughing at myself
cool. Okay.
right now is what I'm laughing at. A tricky wicket.
Tricky wicket.
A wicket in croquet is like the little...
Yeah.
it's the little hoop that you try to get the ball through.
Yeah.
Anyway, these are my references.
Tricky wicket.
A tricky wicket.
Sticky wicket.
A sticky wicket?
A sticky wicket is the saying.
This is why we have a producer.
A tricky or awkward situation.
Yes. Okay. So, procurement at the municipal level, right, is once you get on all of the lists, like usually if you're a business and you get on these city procurement like email lists where you get an alert every time the city wants to buy something,
right?
You would be surprised at the number of weird things that cities go out to bid for.
Right.
Like sometimes, like typical stuff you would expect to see would be like road construction projects. And so if you are a small business that runs like, an asphalt company, obviously you would want to sign up and get alerts from cities because they're going to repave roads and then you can try and bid on them.
Right.
But sometimes it's weird stuff like fireworks, which makes sense when you think about it for a second because everyone does 4th of July fireworks, but sometimes they go out to bid for that. Or sometimes they go out for bids on things like rebranding campaigns or like creative services. Landscaping services is a real big one. So if you own a landscaping business, you should be getting on these lists. And it's usually really easy to sign up. You just got to know to go to all of the local cities in the area and get added to their email list. So again, details about this particular online event on our Facebook page, so you can learn really the number of things that cities have to buy is varied and bizarre and weird, and definitely just check it out if you've got a small business.
If you got a small business, check it out, and also check out Sticky Wicket. If you look in the comments right now, I want to say shouts out to Ben, Josie Mendoza Geller as well, and Tracy Duran. Check out the videos. They hit you with videos of Indiana Beach right there.
Oh my God.
Man, old school, taking it back, y'all.
So it is a water park though, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. It is a...
It's not just like the beach where we go and they kick you off at like 7 p.m.
Certainly not. Certainly not.
Which happened to us last 4th of July. Man, we had a weird 4th of July. Speaking of fireworks in Indiana, we had a weird 4th of July last year.
Really?
We're not going to talk about it. Well, you know what? If you find us at First Fridays this evening, we'll regale you with tales.
Yes, we are going to be out and about, but we'll get to that. We're going to get to our next topic here. We're going to get back to our next topic here. But real quick, one more quick thing before we get in there. There is going to be a COVID-19 vaccine educational forum. This is brought to us by State Representative Barbara Hernandez, representative for the 83rd District, with the Kane County Health Department and Kane County Board members Anita Lewis and Myrna Molina. It'll be Tuesday, April 6th, 7:30 p.m. via Facebook Live. Topics will include vaccine safety, debunking myths and providing facts, and knowing your rights when getting a COVID-19 vaccine. For any questions, please call 630-270-1848. That number again is 630-270-1848. And a fun fact for you, once upon a time, if you called that number, the second largest city's first daily news podcast host used to answer it. Oh. What's good? The time is 8:37 a.m. You're listening to Good Morning Aurora and Jenettesplaining. All right. What's this State of the City drinking game, Jeanette? What the hell is what's going on here? What's this? There's a game that you came up with, a drinking game for the State of the City.
Look, I haven't fleshed out the entirety of the concept yet.
Oh, snap.
But I just have some suggestions. If you are looking to stay informed about what's happening around the city by watching the State of the City address, and also want to imbibe some adult-type beverages. So the State of the City address...
Good morning, Norma.
The State of the City address went up. It's video this year, obviously, because all things are video this year. Earlier this week, so you can watch the State of the City address online, and BTP has posted that link, or will be posting that link shortly. He's nodding at me. So the State of the City, so every town in the area does these. It's like your State of the Union address, only really a lot less impressive usually, because it's the cities and we don't have the whole like live stream fact checking all of the things happening like you do, all the pomp and circumstance, and then hiding the Postmaster General in a bunker in case of an attack.
Louis
like
DeJoy.
Is that our Postmaster General right now?
Yeah.
I'm so impressed that you know the name of our Postmaster General.
Is we the second largest? This is the... Yes, thank you.
So, I left you hanging. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So, but...
Everyone just missed a completely awkward high five.
Very awkward. So anyway, and typically how these things work is usually in Aurora historically has always been a luncheon, but typically it's a big in-person event. Your local chamber of commerce invites all of their people, and then they invite the mayor to come and present a recap of what happened in the city over the past year. So this year, without the ability to get together and all eat together at a banquet hall, we've saved everyone eating a lot of sad rubber chicken. But and in exchange,
rubber chicken
for the like the banquet chicken, the chicken that's always really dry and gross. We've gotten onto poultry again. So instead of that, they did this video. The production value on this thing is insane. I really just want to ask how much it cost, because it is a very nice video. An overly nice video in my humble opinion, but that's just it's personal style. It's fine. It's a very nice video. Anyway, check out the State of the City, and if you do, and again would like to indulge in some adult type beverages, we have some suggestions.
Right.
One is that every time the mayor makes a reference to light, like some kind of light metaphor, lighting the way, so on.
The light is on.
Right. Whenever anyone is lighting
Pass me a lighter.
Right. Yeah, that's usually what I'm saying.
Right.
But whenever he makes a light reference, take a drink. Right?
Okay,
Anytime he alliterates, right, comes up with some sort of like mnemonic alliteration thing, take a drink. If he alliterates and puts the alliteration in a graphic on the screen, take a shot. And then anytime that he references a development that may or may not actually be open yet, or opened and then closed again, or opened but without any assistance from the city, it just opened because it was already in progress opening like forever ago, take a drink. So
what you're telling us is that by about 9 minutes in, we should be thoroughly wasted.
Unless you decide to take drinks at the following points. If you take a drink every time he talks about the city budget, you will stay stone cold sober. If you take a drink every time he talks about infrastructure, roads and bridges and water and all the things that make a society,
sure,
you will stay stone cold sober. And if you drink every time he blinks, you will also stay completely sober.
Okay, so there's a perfect chance that you could not get drunk at all.
Yeah, so it all depends on the rules. It's just you create your own State of the City adventure.
I like that.
Yeah, so check it out.
Okay.
Indulge.
Check out the video. It's in our BTP posted it. Yeah.
Not right now, obviously, after the show's over.
Right, because right now we're still talking at you.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So watch this. Yeah, watch this like Sunday night before you go to sleep.
Yeah. Saturday night, have the friends over. You know, engage in some civic.
Can you imagine a group of people who just get together and only watch State of the Union addresses? Would that be like an informed group, or would that be like the most boring group of people?
It would be. It would be both. Now, to be clear, State of the City addresses are usually. Informed is a tricky word because there's usually facts at them, but of course it's a mayor talking about how great of a job they are doing.
Sure.
Right? So, and that is every State of the City address ever, right? That's their job, is to get out there and be like, our city is great. Here's all the great stuff we did. Right. So it's very much a cheerleading sort of piece. Grain of salt. Right. I suppose there's not really a rebuttal to the State of the City. Right. So
there's not.
When you do the State of the Union address, usually the opposite party gets on and they have a speech afterwards. That would be fascinating if someone wants to come out and do a rebuttal and just give you a broader. We're not going to do that. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Yeah. But someone should. Just on
it's food for thought. It's an idea.
Yeah, or maybe like a live fact checking from our local newspaper or something like that. That could be fun, right?
Stay tuned.
Right.
Now we've got First Fridays.
Do you want to do
chop up?
Do you want to do elections, or do you want to do First Fridays?
Oh yes, elections. Excuse me. That's right. Elections. Very important.
I forgot about elections myself. For
where
a bit.
And how and when to vote?
Yes.
All right.
We're going to talk about where and how and when to vote. So, and you would be forgiven for not knowing that there is an election coming, right? Because much like our primary, it's not as big of a deal.
Well, no.
Okay, well, unless you listen to the show.
Right, okay. Yeah.
In which case you would be very informed.
Right.
But your average person who is just like, what are all these? Didn't we just have an election? Didn't we just have an election before that? I thought I already voted for president, right? Like, right. If you are one of those people who is not as clued in, you might forget. But election day is Tuesday.
Oh.
And it's great because then it means we can take down all of our signs and not have all of that visual clutter everywhere. Right. But election day is Tuesday. You can vote now still. Early voting is still happening.
Right.
And you can find all of your polling places, including early voting polling places. If you are a Kane County resident, at kanecountyclerk.com/elections.
Okay.
If you belong to if you live in another county, DuPage County or Kendall County or whatever, you're going to Google whatever my county is, and then clerk, and then elections, and then their page will pull up on the Google. And you can also look up your sample ballot. So your sample ballot, because your ballot looks completely different, may look completely different than the house, like literally right next to you, because of how districts are drawn in this state and how confusing it is. So you can look up your sample ballot online, and BTP is going to post the link for you for Kane County. Like, and all you do is you type in your name and your address, and it'll pull up like, here are all the people that you get to vote for. And then once you do that, then your job as an informed voter is to go learn who those people are. At the very least, like, at least go look at their website, right? Like, you gotta have some semblance of who they are.
Snowflake, Arizona. What the hell?
There's no snow in Arizona. Yes, that is right. Yep. Right. So BTP is posting that right now. So you'll get to see what your ballot looks like, research your candidates. And then remember, if you are not registered to vote, you can still vote. You can register day of in the state of Illinois. So just make sure that you are when you are on your county clerk's page, it'll have instructions for like what you need to bring and where you need to go. Usually you can go to any polling place if you've never registered before, and they'll register you. But you need to bring like your forms of identification and address and stuff like that, so they know who you are. And then after that, you'll have to go to your assigned polling place. So polls are open from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. You have to be in line by 7 p.m. at the correct polling place. So I work as an election judge, and this is what happens. People come and they're like, I'm going to vote, and I got in line by 6:59, and that's great. And then they get in line at the wrong place. And what that means is that they then have a minute to drive across town to their actual polling place. And sometimes your polling places change. Just because you voted at like this school on last election doesn't mean you're not at this church at this election. So like pay attention to your voter registration card that came in the mail, or check online at your county clerk's office for your polling place. So, because you don't want to get caught like in the line at 6:59 p.m. in the wrong line in the wrong building.
Not at all.
Yeah.
That's what you don't want.
That would suck. Or again, you can just vote early. If you're in Kane County, you can vote down at the Aurora site down right here in downtown Aurora on Downer Place, kind of over by the Grand Army of the Republic Hall.
Right around the corner from us.
Right around the corner from us, under the parking deck. So, if you're in line by 7 at the right spot, you're good. And if you're at Bell Sale Banquets, you'll see me if that's your official voting spot. So that is where I work.
BTP, did you vote yet?
Not yet. No.
Oh my god.
You know, I haven't either.
BTP.
I'm gonna. I'll do it. I'll do it today probably, because again, I'm working on the whole election day that day. But you know, I was mulling my choices.
Mulling your choices.
Look, I like to be informed. I like to research.
All right. Coming up at top of the hour, 9 o'clock, we got Sticky Wicket playing I Didn't Vote Yet for you.
Shut up.
And,
oh my God.
And all that. The coffee today is provided by Treadwell Coffee. That's TW for those who are hip and know what I'm talking about. Treadwell is located at 14 West Downer Place, and everybody who works in there is a friend of the show. So shout out to Isabel, because that Rice Krispie treat this morning with the weird green glaze was actually very good.
Was it? So your barista is an Isabel too? Because my barista is also an Isabel.
Really?
At Society 57.
How about that?
She just goes by Belle. And she's a delight. So shout outs to all of the Isabels who are slinging coffee. Amazing coffee.
Shout out to
in downtown Aurora.
Yeah. Shout out to Dahlia too.
I don't have a Dahlia.
I got a Dahlia. You got an Ashley?
I got an Ashley. She's also great.
Word up to Ashley. Shout out to Ashley. We got friends who are named Ashley, so I just thought about that. Like, you know what? Yeah. Shout outs. Okay. So yeah, that was voting. And now
First Fridays?
Now we do First Fridays?
No, let's talk First Fridays.
Let's talk First Fridays.
All right. So first of all, oh my God, First Fridays are back! You can't see it, but I'm doing the like funny hand waving thing because I'm so excited. You know, not that okay, so they've been doing stuff online, right, throughout all of this COVID pandemic.
It went virtual, yes, it did.
Right. Shout out to Marissa and the downtown Aurora downtown team for that. Oh, and but you know, there's just, when you're talking a community, there's just nothing better than actually like the community, like seeing people out in places,
taking part, frequenting the stores,
things.
Yeah, actually shopping local.
Yes. So I am so excited to see humans again. Mm-hmm. We're all gonna wear our masks like good citizens of the world, and it's going to be great. So we're going to talk about some of the places we are planning to go tonight as soon as I find my list of all the places that are going tonight, or that are going on tonight. Oh my God.
Holla.
I cannot pull this up. It's not working. I had it, you guys. I was so prepared this morning, and it's just all falling apart.
All right. Well, I have.
Where are you going?
I got the list.
You have the list. Okay. Well, first of all, where are you going?
I sent the link in Messenger.
So I think, you know, there's a couple of places that we might shout out and be at. I think I might stop by. Do we want to preface it? Might stop by 8 North Broadway.
We need to promote all the places that we are going to be at.
So we'll be
people will just have to try and find where we're at when.
Fine. We'll be at Cotton Seed Creative Exchange. So at Cotton Seed Creative Exchange, from 6 to 8:30 p.m., there is A Pigment of Your Imagination pop-up art shop with a meet and greet. Thalo Halo and Mari Del Val will be the featured artists. Face masks are required upon entry. So between the hours of 6 and 8:30 p.m., you might be able to catch your favorite radio hosts on Earth there.
Hi.
8 North Broadway.
That's us.
That's us. Now, in addition to that, there is also a pop-up going on at McCarty Mills.
Ooh.
That's from 5 to 10 p.m.
Where not only will you find your hosts, but also BTP.
BT Pizzle will be there.
Pouring the drinks.
Pouring the drinks. BTP will be slanging drinks?
I'm going to be helping out there. I don't know what Devin over there is going to have me do.
So you could be cutting limes. You could be squeezing.
I could be just washing dishes. I could be throwing out the rowdy people.
Yeah. BTB. Brent the Bouncer.
BTB.
Right.
I like that.
More than likely, I'll just be helping out wherever.
Nice.
Helping.
Whatever little things needs me to do.
Now, some of the other stuff that's going on is the Masters Revealed is happening at 1 East Benton. The lower level is Gallery 1904. Music is by DJ Venom. It's going to be classic hip-hop being spun.
I knew he was playing tonight.
Yep, and that's from 5 to 8:30 p.m.
It's not playing, it's spinning when they do it.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's taking place, and it's going to be really cool. There's a lot of great artists. Maureen Gassick, Josue Pais, John Cornelison, Beth Kolar, Mary Ellen Newton, Joe Gagnapane, Soterios Gardiakos, Chasney Ponsky, and Patty Fine Vander Sandy. That's happening. And again, that's
Patty
from 5 to 8:30.
Vandersand is the name. It's we're friends.
Word
We're friends.
up.
We're in the same small group at church together. Yes. That's right.
Shouts out.
Yeah.
Now also, Devin the Artist is going to be who's at McCarty Mills Tap Room, and Devin the Artist is a personal friend of the show. Gary Brown Art Studio and Gallery at 7 South Broadway is going to have worldly, eclectic, colorful, and intriguing art assemblages by artist Anton Vitek. Plus an art contest and new work by Gary Brown. And that's from 5 to 9 p.m.
I love a good assemblage.
Word up. Me too. Now also, more stuff that's going on. At the Aurora Regional Fire Museum, the Stutz turns 100. You're invited to a party. The museum's 1921 Stutz fire engine is 100 years old. Get your picture taken and receive a free birthday hat to help celebrate. That's from 5 to 8 p.m.
Birthday hat.
Word up.
Yeah.
Oh,
why not?
Snap. Now, the Santori Public Library has local artist and photographer Perry Slade and music by Dave Ramont, classics and favorites, 6 to 8 p.m. Okay.
So a whole bunch of art happening all over town. So you can also visit auroradowntown.org to find the whole, they've got like a map and the whole thing. Where else will we? I fully intend on stopping by Society 57 because I basically live there. They will be, in addition to delicious coffee, they will be doing cocktails all night. And if you have not had one of their cocktails, you should, because they're amazing. They're like these really elevated, well-balanced, delightful things. I don't know which ones they're making tonight.
And Society 57 is located 100 South River Street.
It is right across from the library. Yep. So, you can stop at the library and then get a cocktail and then get a beer at McCarty Mill down the street and be just delightfully toasted for the whole evening.
Now, at the intersection of Broadway and Benton, which is 76 South Broadway, Windy City Game Theater will be out there, and you can play video games in a climate-controlled game theater. That's from 6 to 9 p.m. So if you like Fortnite and
the things,
the other thing with the
Call of Duty,
and the one where you kick the guy's head off. What's that?
You have to be more specific.
Mortal Kombat and all that.
Yeah,
that's going to be a lot of fun. You can take part in that, and it's for free.
Yay!
Holla, 76 South Broadway. And then Peyton's Photography, 14 West Downer Place, Suite 8. Photographer's Garage Sale, selling backdrops, props, and other related photography items. And they're open till 8 p.m.
I would also like to encourage folks to stop by Zenloft at 7 p.m. So Zenloft is a Downer place, the corner of Downer and Stolp. And it's a fascinating little business because it's they've got all kinds of things there. You can take yoga classes there. You can book private massage there. You can do like all kinds of crazy things there. But that's where the Camellia Danza belly dance show will be. And those ladies are just a delight. So if you have not seen a belly dance show in downtown Aurora, go see a belly dance show in downtown Aurora. And also take a belly dance class if you can. It's super fun. I did it in college, and it's very empowering, and you get to learn how to move. But people have a lot of misconceptions about belly dance and what it's designed for, and it's not all about seduction. It's really about this whole female empowering thing, and you get to make funny loud noises that I won't do on the podcast because it will hurt your ears. But just like it is, we're gonna spike the levels, it'll be a whole mess. But go to Zen 7 p.m. is when they're doing their belly dance show. Check it out.
Also, May 1st, there is La Marcha taking place here in the city for Immigration Reform 2021.
Oh.
The meeting point is going to be at the corner of Claim and State Street in Aurora at noon. The departure of the march will be 1 p.m. Hashtag legalization 2021. The group would like to demand legalization for all, stop deportations, and no to family separation as well. And also stopping the detention of minors. We'll post this for you guys so you can stay aware of it. There is also a Facebook page, and it's called hashtag legalizacion 2021.
Because that's the year it is right now.
The time is 8:59 a.m. You're listening to the world's most obvious answers by Jeanette.
Thank you.
Jenettesplaining.
No, this makes me really happy. I'm really excited to see this. I used to do a lot of work in the sphere of immigration reform, right? Because I think that if there's one thing that we can all agree on, no matter where you are on the political spectrum, it's that the current system is not really working. Check out that link when we post it. That's very exciting.
And also, I want to tell you guys about a meat raffle going on and taking place with the Aurora Regional Fire Museum.
Coming back to the meat again.
Now, meat is something that you can win a lot of, and there's 3 chances to win. Tickets are $25 each, and the drawing is on April 14th at 7 p.m. The grand prize, the deluxe meat package, a $370 value. Second place, the steak package, a $75 value. And third place is the Griller's Delight, a $50 value. Tickets are available at the museum or online. There is a link that's too long for me to talk, so I'll post it for you guys after this. All proceeds support the Aurora Regional Fire Museum, and the meat is from Family Farm Meats in Hinckley.
Mm-hmm. There you go. And if you are a vegetarian, just maybe donate $5 to the museum, and then go get you some asparagus or something.
Grilled asparagus with a little bit of
good.
Olive oil.
Look, here is the
sea
problem.
Salt when you crack it with the thing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, so we're going back to what we're doing, what we're eating for Easter this year. Can I just say that, like, asparagus, you probably don't like it because at some point some person did a horrible thing to you and overboiled the asparagus, and it was stringy and gross and awful. But let me tell you, good asparagus, like, don't sleep on good asparagus. You want the baby pieces. It's kind of like baby spinach, like the younger the better. And then you just want to, like, grill it just a tiny bit. Just, you don't want to overcook it. But, like, yeah, if somebody ruined asparagus for you at some point in your life, reclaim this delicious vegetable. That's it. That's all I've got to say. That's my shout out for asparagus.
Awesome. And I think that we also want to say thank you to BTP for all the work that he's been doing to help us bring you guys the news every single day. So shout out to BTP.
With great audio
quality. We appreciate
quality.
all of your help.
With that, we may have disconnected a little bit, so we apologize. There was a internet hiccup, so we were disconnected for a little bit.
Boo.
Oh, I saw that.
But it's okay, because if you want to catch this later, you can always just hop on wherever you get your podcasts.
Right. And not only that, you can begin, if you go to our YouTube channel, there will be a special playlist simply for Jeanette Splaining.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
Oh, God, yes. Oh, God, yes.
All right.
Tracy, thank you for the link for folks to see the package, complete listing for each package, and to purchase your tickets. All proceeds support the Aurora Regional Fire Museum. You are listening to the GAMS, the Great American Morning Show, the #1 podcast in the Western Hemisphere. They're tuning in.
We have made up that fact.
No, we did not. No, we did not. No, we did not.
In the interest of journalistic integrity, I'm
Yeah.
gonna say we could probably argue the #1 podcast in Aurora. My guess.
Okay, fine. I did riff there for a little bit, but if you're tuning into the show, I hope that you feel the same way about us, because we feel the same way about you.
And if you are tuning in to Good Morning Aurora, like, odds are that other people, like your customers and stuff, are too, right? The people that you might want to find out there in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to go into promo time here and just say that you can promote your business on Good Morning Aurora.
That's right.
Did you know that?
You actually can. Now, here's what's interesting about it. If you're listening to Good Morning Aurora, odds are your new customers are too. Now
I just said that. See, we had a script for the awkward part, but it's great. So you can advertise here on Good Morning Aurora. We just want to let you know that it's cheaper than print advertising. It's easier than Facebook. And the folks that are listening right now, you guys are hyper local, you're engaged, and we know that you guys like to go out to all these things. Like, you like to go out to First Fridays, you like to learn new businesses and support people. So we have launched goodmorningaurora.com/advertise. So if you are interested, go check us out. The rates are there. How to get started is there. It's very easy. And then you get to hear us awkwardly here on this show talk about your business, but with heart, in ways that are authentic and
right.
connect to people.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, we'll be out tonight.
We'll be out tonight.
We'll be out tonight hanging tough. Remember that movie?
No.
Well,
he's giving me the look.
Well.
You can't see. But there's now an official Good Morning Aurora look whenever I don't understand a reference.
Well, we got mad love for our sister from another Mr. Jeanette.
But we will be out at First Fridays this evening.
Yep.
Come find us at all of the places that we have mentioned.
Yeah.
And if you do, we will ask you a really awkward question, probably. And if we like the response, we will put it on the air sometime next week.
Yep, we will play you guys on the air.
And then you too can be famous. Aurora famous. It's
right.
a lower bar than like...
No, it's not. No, it ain't.
It's a little bit easier. It's not like... In level of prestige, it's not lower. I'm just saying, like, there's fewer people in the city of Aurora than there are, like, in the world. True. It is really easy to be famous in Aurora relative to being easy in, like, China.
I guess. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. You are right. That's correct.
Yeah. So, like...
You will be famous.
Get your 15 seconds of fame. It's not minutes, because it's a podcast. That would be a really long time.
Yeah.
Come find us in downtown Aurora tonight at First Fridays.
Look, we've all gotten a little too addicted to online shopping over the last year. Luckily, there's a new way to support the Fox Valley's local stores without leaving home. SpotsOnTheFox.com. At SpotsOnTheFox.com, you can browse the online storefronts of dozens of your favorite local businesses and discover new ones, since they're adding new shops every week. Shopping at SpotsOnTheFox.com is free. There's no membership to worry about. And when you buy, shop owners keep 100% of the sales and get paid instantly. Bonus for our listeners, list your shop with SpotsOnTheFox.com using promo code GMA and save 10% off your new online storefront. That's SpotsOnTheFox.com and use promo code GMA at sign up.
And that's it. We're done being awkward.
Yeah.
And now...
No, we ain't.
Now we're not. But we're done with the advertisements, and now your hosts can maybe, eat someday. That
right, yeah.
Great.
Yep, exactly. We can stop eating cat food and shit. And sharing one can of MGD. Oh.
It's rough, guys.
Yep.
We're craft beer fans. We need beer money.
Really. So the time is 9:06 a.m. We had a great interview yesterday that we did with a local author. And I'm not going to tell you who this local author is. All I will say is that this local author autographed books for her favorite radio host. And it was really cool. And I really appreciate that. The books are great. The stories are great. And the characters are wonderful. So get ready for a great interview that you will listen to coming up after the sound of my voice. Our
exciting.
voice. BTP's voice. Anything else before we go? What we got?
I don't think so.
Where can the listeners and viewers find us online and on social media?
At goodmorningaurora.com.
You can find us at goodmorningaurora.com and Twitter.
And the Twitter now.
Twitter.
We're on the Twitter.
We're on the Twitter.
You're already on the Facebook if you're listening live.
We're
right
on the
now.
Gram, Instagram. Shout us out on Instagram.
All the
Follow
places.
us. And also Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Google Play,
The Spotify. All of these things.
iTunes. And for you truckers going from Washington to Iowa, tune in on Breaker and Overcast. Those are your trucker apps.
That was the most amazing truck sound
Wasn't that good?
I've heard in a really long time.
Wasn't that good? And be sure to tell them Large Marge sent you.
Yeah.
Where's that from?
I don't know. But
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, BTP. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
all right.
Also, we have a phone number.
We got a phone number. 331-256-7782.
So if you want to call us up and complain about things.
No. If you
No?
want to leave us a nice voicemail.
Oh,
yeah,
that's better.
Yeah, no. Complain to your senator. Write your senator.
Unless we make a mistake, then leave it.
Right. Unless exactly. And we will take the time to correct, shout out, and do that.
Yeah, leave us a voicemail, and we may play it on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we can do that. We appreciate all of you guys for tuning in to what we're doing here in Aurora. Shouts out to all of our fans, all of our listeners, and all of our subscribers. We really appreciate it.
That's it. Have a good morning, Aurora.
Have a good morning, Aurora. Peace.